Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly thought, what happened to me? You had big goals, big dreams. You promised yourself this year would be different. You were going to wake up early, get in shape, learn new skills, stop wasting time, finally become the person you've always wanted to be. But somehow nothing changed. The alarm kept getting snoozed. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And before you knew it, another year slipped away. Here's the truth that most people never hear. Your life isn't falling apart because you're lazy. It isn't because you're unlucky. And it definitely isn't because you're not talented. Your life is built by the small decisions you make every single day. One bad decision seems harmless, but repeat it hundreds of times and it becomes your future. Now imagine the opposite. What if just 3 days could completely change the direction of your life? Not because 3 days magically fix everything, but because they change the person making the decisions. That's what this video is about. No complicated routines, no expensive courses, no fake motivation. Just 3 days, 3 missions, and absolutely no excuses. If you're serious about changing your life, stay until the end. Because the third day is where almost everyone quits, and the people who don't become almost impossible to stop. Let's begin. Day 1, declare war on your bad habits. Before you build a better life, you have to stop feeding the life that's destroying you. Think about it. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water while there's a giant hole in the bottom. No matter how much water you pour in, the bucket never fills. That's exactly how most people live. They read books, watch motivational videos, buy planners, set goals, but they keep scrolling for 5 hours. They stay up until 2 in the morning. They constantly distract themselves. They're trying to improve, while their habits quietly steal all their progress. So day 1 isn't about adding something. It's about removing what's holding you back. Take a piece of paper. Write down every habit that's hurting your future. Be brutally honest. Social media addiction, endless gaming, watching videos for hours, negative self-talk, junk food every day, skipping workouts, making excuses, complaining, procrastination, whatever it is, write it down. Because you can't fix what you refuse to face. Now here's your first challenge. For the next 24 hours, cut out your biggest distraction completely. Not reduce it. Not just a little. Completely. Delete the app if you have to. Turn your phone off. Put it in another room. Do whatever it takes. Because distractions aren't free. Every minute they steal today becomes regret tomorrow. Most people think discipline feels painful, but regret hurts much more. Every successful person understands something that average people ignore. Freedom isn't doing whatever you want. Freedom is controlling yourself. The person who controls their attention controls their future. Here's a simple exercise. Every time you reach for your phone without thinking, stop. Take one deep breath. Ask yourself one question. Is this helping the life I want? If the answer is no, put the phone back down. It sounds simple, but that tiny pause changes everything. Because you're interrupting an automatic habit. And every time you interrupt it, you become stronger. You don't need perfect discipline today. You just need one better decision than yesterday. One better meal, one better choice, one better hour, one better habit. Success is rarely one giant moment. It's thousands of tiny victories that nobody else notices. There's another thing you must do today. Clean your environment. Look around your room. Does it inspire success or distraction? A messy room creates a messy mind. Spend 30 minutes cleaning it. Throw away the trash. Make your bed. Open the curtains. Let light into your space. These small actions tell your brain something powerful. My life is changing. And your brain believes what your actions repeatedly prove. Now let's talk about excuses. You'll hear a voice today that says, I'll start tomorrow. Ignore it. Tomorrow is the favorite word of people who never change. The future is built by what you do today, not what you promise yourself later. Remember this, motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. If you're waiting to feel motivated, you'll spend your life waiting. Instead, act first. Feel motivated later. By the end of day 1, you should feel uncomfortable. That's a good sign. Growth has never been comfortable. You've declared war on the habits that were quietly stealing your future. Tomorrow, we start building the person you've always wanted to become. Day 2, build the person your future self will thank you for. Congratulations. If you completed day 1, you've already done something most people never do. You stopped waiting. You took action. And that's the first step toward changing your life. But now comes the harder part. Removing bad habits creates space. Today, you're going to fill that space with habits that actually move your life forward. Because here's a truth that successful people understand. Your future isn't created by one big decision. It's created by what you repeatedly do when nobody is watching. Imagine 2 people. They both have the same dream, the same age, the same opportunities. One chooses to improve by just 1% every day. The other says, I'll start next Monday. A year later, they live completely different lives, not because one was smarter, but because one stayed consistent. That's your mission today. Become the person who keeps promises to yourself. Start your morning with one simple win. As soon as you wake up, don't touch your phone. Don't open social media. Don't check notifications. Instead, stand up immediately. Make your bed. Drink a full glass of water. Open the curtains. Take 5 deep breaths. These actions may seem small, but they send your brain one powerful message. I am in control of my day. Most people lose the day within the first 10 minutes. They wake up, grab their phone, and immediately start living someone else's life. News, messages, videos, memes, before they even think about their own goals. Don't let that happen. Own your morning, and you'll have a much better chance of owning your future. Now it's time to move your body. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You just need movement. Do 20 push-ups. Take a 20-minute walk. Stretch. Go for a run. Anything that gets your heart pumping. Exercise isn't just about looking better. It's about thinking better. When your body becomes stronger, your mind usually follows. Next, feed your brain. Spend at least 30 minutes learning something valuable. Read a book, listen to an audiobook, watch an educational lesson, practice a skill you've been putting off. Remember, every expert was once a beginner who refused to quit. The people you admire today were once confused, inexperienced, and scared. The only difference is they kept learning while everyone else stayed comfortable. Now, grab a notebook. Write down 3 goals. Not 10, not 50, just 3. Ask yourself, if I accomplish these 3 things today, would I feel proud of myself? If the answer is yes, focus on those. Ignore everything else until they're finished. Your brain isn't designed to chase 20 priorities. When everything feels important, nothing gets done. One task, then the next, then the next. That's how momentum is built. Throughout the day, you'll hear excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll do it later. Challenge every single one. Ask yourself, is this actually true, or am I just avoiding discomfort? Most excuses disappear the moment you start moving. Action destroys overthinking. Think less, move more. By tonight, take 10 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What distracted me? What can I improve tomorrow? Don't judge yourself. Study yourself. Successful people are perfect. They're observant. They constantly adjust instead of giving up. Remember, your competition isn't the millionaire on the internet. It isn't your classmates. It isn't your coworkers. Your only competition is the version of you that made excuses yesterday. Beat that person. One decision at a time. One habit at a time. One day at a time. Because every small promise you keep builds confidence. And confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. By the end of day 2, you'll notice something different. You may not have a new body. You may not have more money. But you'll have something far more valuable. Proof. Proof that you're capable of changing. And once you have proof, belief becomes much easier. Tomorrow is day 3, the day that separates people who simply start from the people who completely transform their lives. This is it. Day 3. Most people never make it this far. Not because it's physically impossible, but because the excitement is gone. The motivation they felt on day 1 has started to fade. And this is exactly where most people give up. They think something is wrong because they don't feel inspired anymore. But here's the truth. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. The people you admire don't wake up every morning feeling excited. They don't always feel confident. They don't always feel ready. They simply do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. That's the difference. Today, your mission is simple. Prove to yourself that your actions are stronger than your emotions. When your mind says, skip the workout, do the workout. When it says, sleep for another hour, get out of bed. When it says you'll never succeed, take one more step anyway. Every time you act against an excuse, you become mentally stronger. Think about a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal doesn't become strong because it's comfortable. It becomes strong because it's heated, hammered, and tested over and over again. Your mind works the same way. Pressure doesn't always break you. If you respond the right way, pressure builds you. Now, let's talk about fear. So many people stay stuck because they're waiting for certainty. They want to know that everything will work out before they begin. But life doesn't work like that. No successful entrepreneur knew their business would succeed. No athlete knew they would become a champion. No author knew their book would sell. They started anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward while fear is sitting right beside you. Ask yourself this question. If I keep living exactly the way I am today, where will I be 1 year from now? Picture it clearly. The same habits, the same excuses, the same regrets. Now ask yourself another question. What if I improve just 1% every single day? Imagine the confidence, the skills, the discipline, the opportunities. Your future changes the moment your daily choices change. Now write a letter to yourself, not to the person you are today, but to the person you'll become 1 year from now. Write about how proud you'll be because you didn't quit. Write about the habits you built, the confidence you gained, the goals you achieved, the person you became. Keep that letter. Read it whenever you feel like giving up, because there will be hard days. There will be failures. There will be moments when you question yourself. That's normal. Failure doesn't mean you're losing. Failure means you're learning. Every successful person has failed more times than most people are willing to try. The difference is they didn't stop. Here's another challenge for today. Do one thing you've been avoiding for weeks. Make the phone call. Apply for the job. Start the project. Have the difficult conversation. Send the email. Take the first step. Don't wait for confidence. Confidence comes after action, not before it. Remember this, your comfort zone is expensive. Every day you stay inside it, it charges you with lost opportunities, lost experiences, lost confidence, and eventually, a life you wish you had lived. Break out of it today, even if it's uncomfortable. Especially if it's uncomfortable, because everything you've ever wanted exists on the other side of growth. Now look back at the last 3 days. You removed distractions, you built better habits, you proved that discipline is stronger than excuses. That doesn't mean your life is magically perfect. It means you've become someone who knows how to improve. And that's a skill that will serve you forever. 3 days won't completely change your life, but they can absolutely change your direction. And sometimes, a new direction is all you need to reach a completely different destination. So don't stop here. Tomorrow isn't day 4, tomorrow is day 1 again, because self-improvement isn't a challenge you finish, it's a lifestyle you choose every single day. Keep showing up, keep improving, keep fighting for the life you know you're capable of living. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Before you click away, I want to tell you a short story. 2 friends graduated from high school on the same day. They had the same dreams, the same amount of time, the same opportunities. Both promised each other, one day, we're going to build an amazing life. The first friend waited. He waited until he had more money. He waited until he had more confidence. He waited until the timing felt perfect. Every year, he made a new plan. Every year, he made new excuses. 5 years passed, then 10. His dreams never disappeared, but they slowly turned into regrets. The second friend wasn't any smarter. He wasn't richer. He wasn't more talented. He simply made one decision. He stopped waiting. He started before he felt ready. Some days he failed. Some days he doubted himself. Some days he wanted to quit. But every morning, he got back up and took one more step. Years later, people looked at his success and said, "You're so lucky." They never saw the mornings he didn't want to wake up. They never saw the workouts he almost skipped. They never saw the nights he kept working while everyone else was scrolling on their phones. Success looked like luck, only because nobody saw the discipline behind it. Now here's the question. Which friend are you becoming? Because every decision you make today is writing that story. Not next Monday, not next month, today. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've wasted years. Maybe you've quit before. That's okay. Your past can explain where you are, but it does not have to decide where you're going. The moment you choose responsibility, your future begins to change. Remember this, your life changes when your standards change. You'll get average results. If you demand more from yourself, life starts demanding less from you. Stop negotiating with your excuses. Your excuse doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your family. It doesn't care about your future. Every excuse steals a piece of the life you could have lived. So from this moment on, make yourself one promise. No matter how small the progress is, you will keep moving. On the days you feel motivated, work. On the days you feel tired, work. On the days you feel scared, work. On the days everything goes wrong, work anyway. Because winners aren't the people who never struggle. They're the people who refuse to stop. One day you'll wake up and realize something incredible. The habits that once felt impossible have become automatic. The discipline that once felt painful has become your identity. The confidence you were searching for was built one decision at a time. And you'll smile because you'll remember. It all started with one choice, the choice to stop making excuses. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 30 days, don't try to be perfect, just refuse to quit. If you miss one day, start again the next. If you fail, learn from it. If life knocks you down, stand back up. Again and again and again. Because every time you get back up, you become someone the old version of you would never recognize. Never underestimate what 1 year of consistency can do. The body you want, the confidence you want, the career you want, the peace of mind you want, it all begins with the choices you make after this video ends. This isn't the finish line, it's your starting line. Close this video, put your phone down, take the first step, and prove to yourself that this time, you won't quit. Your future is waiting. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, make sure to like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear.